Bucs, go Bucs. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Go Bucs, go Bucs. First and goal, gotta tough it out. Get in the end zone and call a hot route. O-line to beat, right down the street. To have Humphreys run right underneath. You know it's Bucs ball, we got the hardest D. Bring the pressure to the QB. You know it's routine, we got hard greens. Welcome to Tampa, welcome to Tampa. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Reppin' for my team. Go Bucs, go Bucs. You know we want the ring. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Welcome to the Bay. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Tune in with Buccaneer Blake. Bucs back, we can run and toss. Mike Evans looking like Randy Moss. And Jameis making play after play. On the defense, you can't stop Levante. On my boy McCoy, who you can't avoid. At the Raymond James, you about to feel the pain. If you a Bucs fan, make a lot of noise. If you a Bucs fan, make a lot of noise. Go Bucs.
All right, let's get this rolling. I got to be done with this pretty soon. Welcome everybody who just joined. Welcome back to Bucnblake Sports with your host, Mr. Buccaneer Blake, Mr. Buccaneer Blake himself. Welcome to another live stream edition again. Sorry it was late today. I had to take somebody down, to the courthouse to handle some, DUI stuff. And the person is so gangster that after the DUI, went and picked up alcohol afterwards. Oh, Lord of mercy. That's gangstified right there. But anyway, let's get on to the football here. Bucs lose in Atlanta in a nice, beautiful stadium. Sorry I couldn't be there. I'll be there next year. Bucs lose the Atlanta 20-34 on the road with Fitzpatrick. Are now 4-7. I didn't really expect them to win this game, but you always believe that you're going to win every game you go into. I was rooting for him. I was pulling for him like we were going to win the whole time. I'm not going to act any other way like I didn't. And if it was the same situation again, I would have done the same thing. That being said, a lot of still, going on with Fitzpatrick and Winston. Fitzpatrick's moving the ball. Fitzpatrick is a game manager. I know a lot of people are having arguments about that. Fitzpatrick and what Winston's doing. Winston's won us some games with his arms and his legs. Fitzpatrick, is more of a game manager being at his age. They both do things differently. But I'm still seeing the same results with both of them. We can't run the ball. We can't get the ball deep to Deshaun Jackson because the offensive line is so bad. That hasn't changed regardless of the quarterback. So that right there lets you know that it's not the quarterback. It's the offensive line. And I think that sometimes is because of all the changes with Ali Marpet and then Sweezy coming in. I just think there's no continuity on there, and Donovan Smith getting beat. I think Donovan Smith needs to go to guard. I don't think he really has the feet for the tackle spot right now. So I think he needs to move inside the guard, much like I said for Donald Penn. But Donald Penn proved me wrong. He was a top 5 guard for Oakland Raiders. Hey, what's up, Kim? Thank you for joining. I do these all the time. I got to do a short one today because I had a lot of things going on earlier. I had to help some people out. But I'd be more than happy to put you on one of these. I do these every week, sometimes multiple times. But thanks for joining. Hi, Kim. I'll go to the Q&A at the end. So, Kim, if you have something you want to add, I see you going and ranting a lot on some of the chat forums. So put what you want me to talk about, and I'll get to it at the end. So just as I'm talking, just type it in there because everybody can see what you're typing. Where was I? Fitzpatrick and Winston do things a little different. They each do a little things differently. Winston's always been a guy who likes to get completions. He's not really a deep ball kind of guy. He likes to work the ball down the field and get completions. Fitzpatrick, what I like about him, if he notices man coverage and all the defenders turn their back, he'll run and get the first down, which I kind of admire him about that. And I think, and you see, people who've played football before on a competitive level, like myself, understand certain things about the game of football. What I'm saying is, where I'm going with this is that I don't think Winston sitting the bench is a bad thing. I think I wanted that from the beginning. I wanted him to learn from somebody, but unfortunately, We don't have that luxury here in Tampa Bay. Anybody we pick is forced to play. Ryan Smith, everybody wants to beat up on him. You had to put Ryan Smith at safety. He never played safety when he was at NC Central, my neck of the woods, for North Carolina peeps. And then this is technically his first year at corner, so he's kind of getting thrown to the wolves and covering Julio Jones man for man. And I don't think a lot of people can't do that, cover Julio Jones in single coverage. They did try to roll coverage over there and slide linebackers under it, but with the protection and the lack of rush, it didn't matter. Matt Ryan had all day to throw, and he could get those throws in there. Kareem, I was just saying, I said there are plays. I've watched the tape, Coach's Cam, which I showed you guys previously. I can almost do it just like ESPN, except I haven't figured out how to draw on the screen yet and show you guys. I'm sure I can if I buy other stuff, but I'm trying to do it, as cheap, as efficiently as I can, being how I work. I'm a one-man show here. I don't have a network like ESPN and Fox, but yet I come up with the same solutions that they come up with, making way less than they do. Much is why Bucnblake was created. I don't need somebody to tell me what I've already know. With that being said, yes, coverage. It's coaching. They did try to roll coverage on it. You have to watch closely that they did try to slide coverage over there, and then they were better. Dirk Cutter's getting out coached and outclassed, and granted he's still a new coach and he still has to learn things. I can't kind of fault him for that, but I'm gonna be honest. I've been riding Dirk Cutter just because we fired Lovie Smith for taking over the worst team, and then the coach Dirk Cutter gets to reap all the benefits of what he's added to the team. But I don't want to see more coaching changes. I don't want to see more quarterback changes. I don't want to see that. I want to see stability on this team. I want to see consistency. The theme of this team needs to be consistency. We need to be consistent at one thing, and I don't mean consistent changing coaches and quarterbacks and picking in the top 10 every season. I don't want that. Ask the Cleveland Browns how that feels like. How's that working? How many playoff runs they're getting with that? It doesn't work. I don't want to see. I want to keep stability. I want to keep building on. I know, Kareem, we are in that chat together, and I said just look at the players that we've let go. I know they're not all stars. You don't have to have all stars to get constant pressure. Just look at the Seattle Seahawks. Deion Jordan is producing for them. He was a top 3 pick, and Deion Jordan is not a game changer. But if you can get pressure at certain times when you're put in the game, that's all I can ask for. I'd rather have the whole defensive line get 7 sacks or 5 sacks than one player on the defensive line get 22 sacks. So that means all the rest of the game, nobody else is doing anything else. I'd rather have everybody eating. And that's all you need. It needs to be a culture here, and we can do that. You just have to stop trying to wait for one draft pick to change everything. And everybody wants us to lose. I'm never going to ask to pack it. I'm not a loser. I'm not forfeiting for picks. I'm just not doing it. I said I'm not advocating that to anybody. No, we can't. I said I'm not advocating that for anybody. To sit here and be satisfied to pick top 10 every single year and then get no act right in the end of it. We're just waiting for one player. We think because we drafted Noah Spence, all of our problems are fixed. No, it's not with one player that you fix things. You just got Vernon Hargreaves. Oh, our cornerback problems are done. No, it's not. You keep building on guys like Ryan Smith. Instead of this game, you're trying to trash him. I say you need to help pick him up. Pick up Vernon Hargreaves because they've been playing without help from the defensive front for quite some time on this team. And I said, and Evan Smith, Evans, the rookie's been playing well, but granted, he's lucky he hasn't been beat up too bad either, because the quarterbacks get all day to throw against us. And this game is won on the offense and defensive line. Anybody that knows me, I'll never get upset. You spend money on the own offense and defensive line. Fans love players rather. Would you say, Kim? Thank you. Some fans love to trash talk the players rather than bring them up. They're people too. You guys want to bring that up when it's convenient for you, when it's a hot topic. Oh yeah, I have a brother, he plays football, and I hear the way fans talk about him, and you only care when it's convenient to you. Well, care now when it's not convenient to you. Care about it. It's either you're with it now or you're with it not at all. I don't need sideliners. I don't need fencers. You are, you off. Now, granted, if there's guys that don't want to be here and there's guys that are here for a paycheck, then I am 100% with you on getting people out of here. If you don't want to be here and you want to just take a check, get out of my house. Get out. And I mean that wholeheartedly, and I will support you if you are 100% right on a player that's just here for a paycheck and don't give rat's ass about anybody else but themselves. Granted, we're all a little bit selfish, come to the money and all that, but that's not what I'm getting at. I'm getting at you're trying to change the culture here, and it starts with fans, it starts with the owners, it starts with the coaches, it starts with everybody. There's not one area of blame that you can blame on the destruction of this season. It comes from I know we had this conversation about, Ollie Marpet. I knew we were in trouble from the beginning, that you're moving a tackle that played guard to center, and then you're moving a guy who missed all last season to guard. And then we're still playing and then you're switching Kevin Panfield and Evan Dietrich Smith in each half. This is too much moving going on the offensive line. God bless Damar Dotson. We have gotten some good years out of him too. He's had some really solid games and he's had some bad games too. But we rely too much on undrafted players to bring us to the promised land. And we're not the New England Patriots yet. We don't have a system set up for that. And I think with this coming up draft, somebody said that's why. Is that you, Kareem? That said that's why. Answer me. Is that you that said this? That's why I think the secondary is fine because of the pass rush. Yeah. The secondary is. There are times where they're getting beat, and that's on 3-strip drops and all that stuff. And people were saying, just tell me the explanation for not using tight ends to the second half. I'll answer that in a second. Okay, that was you that said that. Playing off so much, you have to understand it's a 2-part system. If it's 3rd and 3, I need to be playing tight. I used to tell the corners. I think me and Scott we had this conversation. Scott, he was on the trip with us down to Miami, and I used to tell the corners what kind of coverage we're in, what kind of pressure we're bringing, how they should line up. Should you shade inside? I used to talk to them and tell them stuff like that. And 3rd and 3, you should be up close on them. Especially you can't play off because all I'm going to do is bait you that I'm going deep, and then the ball's going to be thrown in the back shoulder, and it's an easy first down, which they've been doing on Ryan Smith. It's a head game. You go deep on the guy, and he's scared because he almost got beat the last play deep. Then the next play, you just come back right with him on a comeback route because he's already scared the ball's going to be thrown deep. It's a head game of football. It's a chess game, and people don't think it is, but a lot of it is. Tight ends, Kareem. With different quarterbacks, people look at different things. I think Fox opened up a lot of things I've been saying about Gerald McCoy, and people keep trying to call him soft. He gets paid too much. He's getting paid to get double teamed. That's what he's getting paid to do, and other people got to deliver. Gerald McCoy is doing what Gerald McCoy is supposed to do. I had an argument. People talk about Gerald McCoy needs to get money back. I said, you're going to take a guy's money back who's doing his job, creating double teams, and still producing and leading sack around his team, while you give raises to guys like, I didn't say checkers, did I? Well, I mean chess then, Kareem. Godly, since you want to be so political. A guy you want to give Golston a pay raise, you want to overpay Ayers, and you want to give people extensions. You want to give TJ Ward $4 million for subpar performance, but you want to give Gerald McCoy a hard time. I'm glad there's people there's you, Kareem, and Kim that understand what Gerald McCoy is doing. He's drawing double teams. There's 4 to 6 hands on him every snap. And some of the people I'm with think he's still not doing what he's doing. I'm like, and you played defensive line. You know better than that. You need to set aside your blame that you want to put on other people and take it off of him. I understand why people can't see that about McCoy. He's doing exactly what he should. Absolutely. He's doing what he should. Fox pointed it out. You can't. There's no other blame. With a better offensive line, they put all their attention on Gerald McCoy, and look what happened. Nobody else could deliver. Funny how that works. You put 2 guys on one guy and let everybody else force to beat you in 1-on-1. Yeah, nobody else was doing anything else. So this is common math here, Kim and Kareem. Common math. There's 5 offensive linemen. I think 2 or 3 games ago he had sacked the QB with one hand. Yes, he did. There's 5 guys on the offensive line. There's 4 guys rushing. So technically the offensive line outweighs the defensive line. Just with those numbers. So now what you've done, so hold numbers. So what you've done, you've taken 2 guys to put on 1. So now what you did, so now You got three other linemen, and I have three other fingers. So that means everybody else is in one-on-one. If that makes sense the way I did that. I did kind of make the USF Bulls signal with it too. For those who are USF fans, that's not me. I'm a Tar Heel. But that just solidifies what you two were saying. He's getting double team and everybody else is in one-on-ones and you're not delivering. Then why are you getting paid all this money? I think I pointed out, think about all the players that we got rid of. Don't laugh at me, Kim. I said, think about this. If we'd have kept all the players, say what you want about them. I'm just saying, look at what we've had and we've given away, and we could have had a decent defensive line rotation. Even with injuries, we would have had a decent defensive line rotation. Now take away your personal feelings. We let Michael Bennett walk. Could have still been here. Gerald McCoy, Akeem Spence, who's playing well in Detroit, defensive tackle, if you remember, out of Illinois. We had Swaggy P, Michael Johnson, Adrian Claiborne. We still have Will Golston and Noah Spence. And I said, nah, that's a hell of a rotation of defensive linemen. Just don't know. I'm sure I'm missing somebody somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? You have a better group of guys coming off a rotation. Like I told you before, you don't need one guy that's going to produce 22 sacks. At least I'd rather have multiple guys that can get pressure at certain situations. That's like Philadelphia. Their whole defensive line is creating pressure. It's not just one man. It could come from anywhere. And I'd much rather have that than just relying on one guy. That means all I got to do is game plan for the one guy and nobody else is going to deliver. Like I said, say what you want. It's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But a lot of y'all are used to being losers. And I'm not a loser. I refuse to be a loser. I refuse to say pack the season in and stockpile for draft picks. I'm not the Sixers. We're not the Sixers. I'm not trusting the process here. We need to do what we need to do every game. Need to come out this game. I think next home game is against Detroit, I believe. You'll take Shiano back at DC. Yeah, Luciano come back as DC when he said Ohio State had a better defensive line than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when he coached. Mind you, he let Michael Bennett walk for Daquan Bowers. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Shiano. We have to support this team. You have to keep supporting this team. I'm not packing it for draft picks. Draft picks don't mean anything. Everybody thinks because you pick the top, you're going to get a top player. I think the next article I'm going to put out, and you check my article, you know I write a lot of blogs. I'm going to put how many stud players come in the back half of the draft. How many decent players and decent players that come in the back half of the draft, since everybody thinks you're only getting good players in the top half of the draft. You're getting the players that you're scheming for, that fit your scheme, that you can be successful. That's the players that are going to be successful for you. And those are the players that we need to pick up, guys that fit our system and guys that want to be here. And we need to build that culture here, and we're not there yet. Winston shouldn't be starting from day one as quarterback. I've said that. But we don't have a system. Who's he going to learn from? Mike Glennon? He could have learned something from Josh McCown. Josh McCown didn't want to leave. He liked it here. He welcomed the fact to bring on another quarterback. Now, he's doing well in the Jets right now, give him take the situation they're in. He kind of blew that last game, but that was on him. But needless to say, we don't have a system here where we have young players watch on and watch veterans work and then work their way onto the field. Like Vernon Hargreaves, he's forced to play right away. There's nobody else to sit behind to learn from, as we're constantly picking up undrafted free agents every year, and we think we're fine and we think we're good. We're not, man. We need to establish some type of system here, and that only happens when we keep players here and keep building off. Now, once you have other players that you can replace them with, then by all means you go ahead and move on from them or trade them or whatever you do. But you guys are sitting up here telling the Glazers, and they're actually listening to you. I've been to an investors meeting. If you see that picture with Lavonte David, that was an investors meeting, and I heard the guys that these Glazers are listening to. And they don't really know too much about football, and which speaks volumes for some of the dumbest decisions that are going on up in the office. I know my buddies make jokes and make fun. They say, "Oh, maybe you should be the GM." Maybe I should. Maybe you should ask me for my opinion on certain situations. It won't take me long to figure way things are ran. but I can give you some insight. Give me the tools I need to do and watch me work. I lost train of thought getting all into it. Don't you laugh at me, Cam and Kareem. You just by the end of this season, I just want to see us. Sorry, that's my phone. Just by the end of the season, I just want to see us do something consistently. We want to be good at something by the end of the season. By the end of the season, I want to say we were able to do something and we got it working. That's all I want by the end of the season. I know it's not going to be, what's possible. We can finish with a winning record, 9-7, and finish at 500. It's a possibility we could, but it is what it is, man. We just have to keep working forward and not keep bringing the negativity. We can do better. I think this year will be. I think honestly, I want to stay positive. I think this year is a building block, and I think guys will come back next year a whole lot stronger. And I don't believe in the whole draft thing, tanking for the season, because the reason I say that, I know I got an argument with my buddy Andrew Deason about this, is because these are people's lives, man. You want to keep saying push it off to the next season. These guys ain't getting younger, they're getting older. Injuries start taking better effect. You don't know if they're going to be healthy as they were last year, as they were this year. We take things for granted like that too much. And these guys go out there and put their heart, blood, sweat, and tears out here every game just to throw it away for my amusement. I think like a player too much, and that's sometimes my biggest argument with people as a fan. And I guess I have to set aside my difference, with people when they think a certain way. I have to set aside how I feel because I'm too outspoken, argumentative, and I debate a lot. But you can't just take somebody's life and just think, oh, it's next year. If that's the way you live every day, I try not to do that anymore. I take everything as a gift. That's why we live in the present. It's a gift. You enjoy every moment. You got 5 games left, and you should enjoy every game and treat it as if it's a championship game and not look at it, oh, it doesn't mean anything. These are people's lives out here. They're putting out for our entertainment. That's essentially what they're doing for our entertainment. And I refuse to think like that. And I won't think like that. And a loser thinks like that. And that's not me. I gotta go. Like I said, I couldn't make this too long. Oh man, I'm already behind schedule. I gotta get out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna post this up. I gotta run. I probably have everything edited and everything by tonight or tomorrow. I appreciate you guys watching. Support my supporters. Gypsy Panda Lashes for ladies who need eyelash extensions. Tampa Bay Care Cord Restoration, car restoration and everything. And Newtown Recording. Check out the website, www.bucnblakesports.com. Check out me on IG, Bucnblake Sports, or Twitter at Bucnblake. Thanks again, guys. We'll end this always do. We'll end this as we always do. You're the master of everything what you do with your life. What you do with your life is entirely up to you. Nobody controls that power but you. Y'all be safe. God bless, and fire those cannons.
Yeah. Riding with Skeet, Mellow, and Flacco. Ain't got no beef, but we got cheese and lettuce like a taco. What you talking about? I got my city on lock, ho, and I always keep the peace. I never gotta keep that Glock, bro. Tampa Bay Buccaneer, check the red and pewter. Yeah, the girls with you are mighty fine, the ones with me are cuter. Swagger to the max, mind faster than computers. See, we get the signal clear, the flashing lights could never fool us. Call me Young Hammy, I'm about to go ham. When it comes to Tampa, I'm the definition of the man. Always let me speak my mind, but never listen to my plans. Sometimes it made me doubt I'll never miss a step again. Confidence is great, but humility is greater. Being humble is what lets me show civility to haters. It lets me see the real ones from the fakers. Guess it turned me into Kobe, Wonder Corp, we are the Lakers. Going for the championship, you'd be a part of the amount of women waiting for their chance to get hit. It's some cancerous shit. I jumped off the wheel, they let me out the cage, now I go hamster a bit. Yeah, Hometown hero status, cause my flows they be the tightest and my women are the baddest. Skate park and Tampa kids tell me I'm the raddest. Born a soccer player, I used to kick it at Ed Radis or Schimberg. Got cheese like Limburger. I'm a lyrical assassin, I spit and begin murder. I love my mother, I know that my sins hurt her, so I live a righteous life and only listen to the word of the Most High. He made me so fly, boy, I'm colder than the winter. You could call me Snow God. Shout to Key, I hit the booth and go live. If they tell you I'm the sickest, my nigga, it's no jive. I need a doctor. See, I'm fly without a plane and I don't need no helicopter. I'm not an actor. When it comes to my success, speaking the truth's the biggest factor. You're just a poser. Yeah, you're just a relief pitcher. I'm the closer. I am Tampa. Yeah, I am Tampa.